Hi, fellow San Diegoans. I'm aware that this video quality doesn't seem to be very good. Actually, the video camera I'm using right now is not that bad. It's just my hiking location right now. It's a temporary one. I had to find it on the fly, flat out, because of what the San Diego police did in reference to me hiking next door to the FBI building. And I didn't know it was the FBI when I started hiking there, but as a result of me discovering right away that I was going to be gang-stalked again here in San Diego, I thought, screw this. Because, see, what people, my name is Leslie Williams, and what I'm trying to do is expose the crimes that are happening towards me. 50% of the reason why I do this is because of the simple fact that if they can do this to me, they can do this literally and flat out to anybody. And when I mean anybody, I literally mean literally you as well. Now, this hiking situation was brought about as a direct result of my rent being stolen out of the mail that was mailed certified mail return receipt. Now, if you want to see that I am not the only target that this is happening to in reference to that particular tactic, go to YouTube and type in gang stalking in San Diego. Sylvia L. Morales has some YouTube videos, and in her YouTube videos, she clearly and flat out says that her credit card payments are being stolen out of the mail that she mails certified mail return receipt. You can also go to Google and type in either organized stalking or gang stalking. And I want to make this statement right now. In most of my videos, you'll hear me say gang stalking. That's because when I first became familiar with what was happening to me was gang stalking, I've been calling it ever since. But I've been briefed by fellow seasoned targets online who have been targets for at least 10 years are telling me to call it organized stalking. And the reason why they're doing that is because of the simple fact that they have been able to find out through research that actually what is happening towards them is organized stalking. Gang stalking, from what's being said on the internet, was basically nothing but a slang term that rogue members in the government who are in control of these expeditions have literally went online and termed it gang stalking for disinformation purposes. Now, it took me about 1.5 years for me to clearly, thoroughly understand what disinformation was all about in reference to the depths and scopes of how they do it and what they're all about. Now, I had already been subjected to computer infiltration in reference to cyber monitoring, cyber surveilling, cyber editing. They go in every single one of my posts and rearrange specific spelling, the specific words. Like the, yeah. They'll deliberately and intentionally, see, because they know I have dyslexia. So, let me help you understand something. Gang stalking templates work on this, gang stalking expeditions work on a template, okay? And they're basically the same towards all targets, okay? They have, it's a multi-tiered expedition using multiple methods and tactics. But once you become a target for over 10 years, you start to identify that they are limited to a specific amount of tactics and methods. And what I mean by this is that they basically do nothing but operate on the same template of tactics and methods and just rotate them. Okay? Now, the reason why I state this is this. Fellow San Diegoans and fellow Americans, I want you to understand something about me. When you look at my videos, and there's a lot of them right now, and that might, you know, when you witness one of my videos, and then you'll see all the videos on the sidebar that I have, I apologize for that, because in a way that might turn some people in a different direction, because they think to themselves, I ain't got the time to look at all these videos. And so therefore, as a result, you might only hear bits and pieces of certain sections about what's happening towards me. Okay? And that, as a result, can lead your thinking in the wrong direction in reference to the entire scope of what's happening to me. Okay? Because what's happening to me is organized crime within the system that's got many tentacles. The San Diego police are directly and physically and literally involved in this crime. I'm not saying all San Diego police officers are, but I will tell you this today. Because of what I know in reference to how they operate, I'll guarantee you this right now. The ones that are directly connected to this, they don't tell the unsyndicated ones what they're involved in. Hell no, they don't. Okay, so what they'll do is use their positions and combine it with a lie about a target to get the cooperation of an unsyndicated police officer to assist them in either their arrest, falsified documentation, falsified police reports, you name it. Because this unsyndicated one has no idea about what's really going on. Okay? And understand this and be clear as well. These individuals are 100%, they're organized crime in the system. DA's office, prosecutor's office, county mental health, social services workers. They're connected to doctors and hospitals in the neighborhood. Okay? Now there's a manifesto of a gang stalker online. It used to be in the Peace Pink webpage. It's no longer there. I just found that out last week. But you can find it if you look hard enough on Google, trust me. Go to Google and type in a gang stalker confesses. I found another one of them the other day titled A Gang Stalking Tech, Everything You Need to Know. Understand this and be clear. There's enough of us targets out there and legitimate people out there that know a little bit more about computers that are keeping the manifesto circulating online. So you'll find it. Just go to Google and type in A Gang Stalker Confesses or A Gang Stalking Tech, Everything You Need to Know. You'll find it. And it flat out says in this manifesto who they're connected to, how they operate, what they're about. And I'm going to tell you something right now. These people are some nasty snakes. I'm telling you, they're people that have no conscience whatsoever. They're psychopaths. Now, you might think that I might be saying that because I'm a target of this crime. Understand this and be clear. I'm more of an advocate and activist concerning this crime than I am a target or a victim. I'm a target of it every day, but what I meant to say is that my mentality, my mental mentality, even though when I get along my routes they try to continually make me feel victimized, and through the electronic harassment they attempt to make me continually feel victimized, because it's nothing but harassment. And so when the person's being harassed, they feel victimized. For like 85 to 90% of it, I laugh at it now. Okay, and they know it. Okay, but the point I'm trying to make is this, is that because they have tentacles within the system, judges, probate lawyers, county mental health, members in the prosecutor's and DA's office. Now, I already know this for a literal, factual fact, based on literal, physical experience. Okay? This is not me just sitting back and reading a manifesto and saying, I suspect this and I suspect that. No, it's not. Okay? I want to introduce a little bit to you something about me. I'm a devout Christian. I'm not a Puritan or nothing, even though, you know, if you want to be a Puritan, and that's your choice. But I'm a devout Christian, okay? It doesn't mean that I don't swear or anything, or smoke cigarettes. But I am true to my faith as much as I can possibly be in reference to the precepts and doctrines that are listed in the Bible. I want fellow citizens to understand something. When you're a target of this crime, you're a target of gang stalking, organized stalking, remote neural monitoring, influencing, and stimulating, which is really actually, you can thoroughly also find out their attached technologies that they use by typing in at Google and YouTube, psychotronics. Yesterday I looked in the Union Tribune, the San Diego Union Tribune. Yeah, go to it. You'll literally find a picture of a person's head with a neural implant, and about how they're using neural implants now to make people smarter, to down and upload information into a person's head. Now, that's part of psychotronics. You do not believe and you have no idea what I know, but I will tell you this right now. In the Gang Stalker Confesses Manifesto, flat out and deathly talks about research. They're into it big time. Now, I gotta make this short because YouTube only allows a certain amount of time. But I will tell you this today, fellow San Diegans. They are using remote neural monitoring. They're coupling remote neural monitoring and sometimes neural implants. Google and YouTube Ramona Lopez. Yeah, thoroughly. Especially for the PDF file in reference to Ramona Lopez. Also, Erica Gilmore. What they're doing is literally taking women and young men out of their home, and they're literally trying to brain entrain them for prostitution. And then what's entrained is stimulated using remote neural monitoring. And some of the entrainment comes through and by neuro-linguistic programming, which is delivered through direct conversation tactics. Some of it's also subliminal programming, which you can understand by going to the remote neural monitoring file and thoroughly reading that. Now, to get a whole full scope and depth of what I'm talking about, in order to be able to see that what I am telling you, I'm going to just give you a simple metaphor to help you understand something. Because when a person hears about something for the first time, they think to themselves, What is she talking about? Which is totally understandable. The first time I saw mind reading on www.gangstalkingworld.com, listen to this. I flat out dismissed it. Because it was just too unbelievable. Yeah. Then I got back to reviewing their webpage again on subsequential dates, and I kept seeing it because I was going on a techniques page where it was listed as. So I thought, well, I'll take a look at this, and I typed it in at Google, and then I ran across the Leslie Stahl video. This was back in late 2009, early 2010. So I looked at that video, and I thought, okay, it's possible. Then, on October 10th, 2010, I ran across an organization, and right on that organization, flat out talked about remote neural monitoring. It's where the PDF I found. Now, what I want people to understand something is this. Do you see this lighter? This lighter exists. Just stay with me. This lighter exists in space and time. It has physical integrity. It has size. It has math. It is nothing but a solid that has been made from elements. Okay? It's got physical integrity as a result. It exists in space and time, and you're literally witnessing it by visually seeing it right now. Okay? Well, when I tell you that this psychotronics and the remote neural monitoring is being influencing and stimulating is being used on us targets, we're telling you this because we're educated. And I'm not just talking about an education of something that I studied on the internet for a week. I'm talking about extensive, thorough research that I have done since October 10th, 2010. My goal here, when I make these videos, is to inform the public about this technology, about their aspirations and applications that they use it for, and the theaters they create in order to attempt to bring about the brain entrainment for their applications. Now, if they're taking women out of their homes, they're not taking them out of their homes by stealing their rent for no reason. That's right there is the foundation for you to build on, for you to understand the truth. Where I'm making this video at right now is a direct result of them stealing my rent. Now, another thing to think about this as well. These are, in part, this is an informative video, and in part, it's a tidbit video, because tidbits will give you tidbits of information, flashpoints that you can write down and keep it, and then when you see my other videos and you hear me talking about it, you can build on it to see the whole truth. Because sometimes I gotta literally make these videos on the fly. Flat out, because I'm a target of gang stalking, which means my life has been it's being monitored. I'm literally being electronically harassed at this new location. Flat out. Now, I've already proved that I'm an electronic harassment target just by what they pulled at the FBI building from the 21st to the 22nd, and I don't remember how I labeled those YouTube videos, but they were just go to my YouTube channel, MTS Assault, and look at the videos that have been uploaded since February 20th up until the actually yesterday, the 26th. Now this is almost a 15-minute long video, so I'm gonna almost stop. I'm gonna get ready to stop it right now. But when I showed you this lighter, about this lighter existing in space and time, that it's got physical integrity, understand this and be clear. Everything that I am stating to you on this video file has to do with factual realities in reference to the technology that I mentioned, the applications they're used for. You can go to YouTube right now and type in bioethics Timothy W. You'll flat out hear him talk about brain entrainment and neurocognitive weapons. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm a target of gang stalking, organized stalking, electronic harassment, and remote neural monitoring, stimulating, and influencing in San Diego, California. The San Diego police are directly and physically and literally involved in the crime that is happening towards me. And do you know what they do to targets like us who are whistleblowers? They call us mentally ill. They call us delusional, paranoid, schizophrenic, bipolar, because this is literally part of their expeditions. When you go to www.gangstalkingworld.com, go to their techniques page. The psychiatric appraisal is right there. Go to Google and type in gang stalking or organized stalking and corrupt mental health. Gang stalking in doctors, gang stalking in hospitals, or organized stalking in doctors and hospitals. Google in reference to the description of the terms I've described to organized stalking and also gang stalking. Do your thorough in-depth research. Look at the amount of Google-generated responses you get in reference to each described term, and you'll come to understand what I'm talking about. And the fact that what is happening to me are literal, pure truths. My name is Leslie Williams, San Diego, California, February 28, 2012. The San Diego police are directly involved in this crime, and so is the district attorney's office.